The gut has multiple important functions in your body. Number one, digestion. Every single nutrient your body uses for every single reaction and process you can think of that makes you alive, healthy, and well is based on nutrients you get from your food. And it's your gut that has to digest and absorb and deliver those nutrients to the rest of your body. If your digestion is weak, you're going to be nutrient deficient. Even if you eat the best food in the world, you're still deficient and you will feel it. You will experience low energy, fatigue, maybe poor sleep. Your hormones will get out of balance. Everything depends on those nutrients. Everything that gets through your mouth or through your skin gets inside your body. Everything that you get inside your body is either really good for you and body will use it, or it's a toxin and body has to work really hard to get it out. The main function of cleansing is on your liver. That's 85% of success. And then the gut is second largest, most important organ of detoxification. If you think of it, any toxin you ingested with food, all those additives, all the chemicals that got into your food, it's your gut that will have to get it out. All the hormones that already worked their way through will be eliminated from your body by the gut. That's why when people have issues with bowel function, they often get estrogen dominance or some other problems with their thyroid or other hormones. That's the second most important function that will determine whether you're healthy, well, and age slowly. If your body gets very toxic, then you will age much faster and you will be inflamed all the time. Pillar number 3, hormones. Your body doesn't make hormones in your gut. However, it will utilize nutrients that your gut delivered to your body. And gut is definitely a big part of metabolism for your hormones. Your estrogen gets eliminated with your stool or not. So you will have perfectly balanced hormones, or you will have dominance of certain hormones or deficiency of certain hormones. So gut plays a key role for the balance of your hormones in the body. Next pillar of health and longevity is your brain, your cognition. And gut plays a key role in brain wellness. First of all, I don't know if you realized, some neurotransmitters, the chemicals that govern your brain and your mood, are actually made in the gut. Like your serotonin, your happy hormone, it's actually a neurotransmitter which will influence your mood. Another neurotransmitter that is made inside your gut by your healthy bacteria is GABA. And GABA is calming. That's why when people come to us and they complain of feeling anxious all the time, the very first thing we check is their gut. And more often than not, that's where the problem is. And once we optimize the microbes, making sure that the good microbes are in abundance, and make sure that your gut is making enough GABA, that usually takes care of that anxiety all of a sudden without any prescription medications. Next pillar of health and longevity is immune system. Extremely important for your ability to sustain the environment and have a healthy relationship with the environment. I don't know if you realized 84% of your immune system actually resides in small intestine, in the gut. So no wonder when gut is on fire, when there is an inflammation or deficiency of good bacteria or overabundance of bad bacteria, you actually get inflamed gut, and as a result, your immune system goes out of balance. You start getting food allergies, you start reacting to your environment with all those allergies to smells or perfumes or grasses or what have you. And if it keeps getting worse and worse, you can actually get inflammation in your gut that can actually push you towards autoimmune disease. When the immune system is so dysregulated and so bombarded and inflamed all the time that it finally starts attacking your own organs. And you can get thyroid issues, you can get arthritis of certain kinds, you can get inflammatory bowel disease, and so many other things that are easily preventable by balancing your gut. Another very important pillar that either makes you feel great and young or ages you is energy production. And energy production is a very complex process in your body, and it absolutely requires multiple nutrients. Key ones: B12, produced by the gut flora. Your vitamin D has to be absorbed and then metabolized and activated by your gut. And multiple other nutrients and minerals will be absorbed by your gut from the nutrition that you have. And so it's very important to have the right nutrition, but then also have good, strong, robust gut that can digest, absorb, and deliver to your cells so you can actually make energy. Next pillar of health, and more importantly longevity, is your muscle mass. Muscle has multiple functions in your body. It's really a magic organ of longevity. But it really depends on a good gut health, because the proteins that your muscle is built of come from nutrition, they come from amino acids that your gut gets, and it has to be able to digest proteins very well. And in my practice, it's very common that I see people, when we test their gut, they are able to digest and absorb certain nutrients, but they struggle digesting or absorbing proteins. And even though they eat good meats and they have good healthy diet, and yet we check them and they're actually protein deficient. So they keep losing muscle mass. That makes them insulin resistant, that makes them gain fat, that makes them older and more inflamed much sooner. And so muscle mass is definitely dependent on gut's ability to bring the important nutrients into the system, get enough of those nutrients so the muscle actually keeps getting stimulated into making rather than losing or breaking, and hormones that will actually have to be at healthy levels, which again, gut is part of that metabolism, and your hormones will actually keep your muscle awake and open to respond to all that wonderful exercise that you get. And the last but very important pillar of longevity is your bone health or bone strength. Bones are extremely important. They support your body. They allow you to either keep doing what you love doing regardless of age, or they start limiting you and slowing you down. They support your muscle mass, but more importantly, bone, to stay healthy, has to maintain its own integrity, its own structure, and its own mass. And those will depend on collagen that will come from your protein. So gut needs to digest and absorb it. Then it depends on minerals, and all those will come only from nutrition, but it's the gut that has to absorb it and deliver it to your cells. And hormones that will actually stimulate your bone in staying strong, and those hormones will metabolize at least partly in the gut. And your bones need optimal thyroid and testosterone and estrogen and progesterone and cortisol, and all those hormones in their life cycle at some point will actually need your gut available, healthy, and functioning.